chosen one. Stop. Do not scroll past this message right now. The algorithm did not bring you here today. God intercepted your feed because heaven arranged this encounter. You are standing at a very significant intersection of your life. And right now, what I am about to reveal was sealed in the courts of heaven until this exact second. You have been carrying a very strange weight lately. It sits heavily on your chest before you even open your eyes in the morning. You feel a deep exhaustion in your bones. It is a level of tired that sleep cannot fix. You spent weeks wondering why you feel so drained. You thought it was anxiety. You thought you were losing your mind. But I am here to completely reframe your reality today. That sudden pressure is not a medical issue. Your spirit is detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You have been walking through a season of profound isolation. You watched close friends suddenly walk away without any explanation. You felt rejected by your own family members. You felt entirely forgotten in the dark. But you did not know that your isolation was actually your insulation. God isolated you to protect your inner architecture from toxic frequencies. He cleared the entire room because those people could not travel with you. They cannot go where you are being sent. Type 777 in the comments right now if you feel this resonance in your soul. Lock your attention on my voice. The enemy is working overtime this week to keep you distracted because he is terrified. He knows that the revelation I am about to hand you will permanently break the cycle of delay. Let me tell you about a secret that happened while you were sleeping 3 nights ago. A divine decree was read aloud regarding your pain. You experienced a severe betrayal recently. Someone you helped took your goodness and used it against you. You had every single right to destroy them with your words. You could have exposed their actions to the world, but you chose silence instead. You chose peace when you had every right to choose war. You thought your silence was a moment of weakness. You felt like a helpless victim who just let them win. But your restraint was actually the most lethal blow you have ever dealt to the dark realm. Your quiet stance left the creator of the universe completely speechless with admiration. Even Archangel Michael stood stunned in absolute silence when he witnessed your behavior. The highest angels paused to watch how you handled that deep agony. You demonstrated the very quality that makes human souls unique in all creation. You chose light while surrounded by complete darkness. You refused to lower your frequency to match their hatred. Hold on, because there is so much more you need to understand about this battle. Do not let your mind wander for even a second. If you leave this message before the end, you will walk right back onto the battlefield without your armor. You will miss the specific prophetic instruction that heaven scheduled for your breakthrough today. Your season of confusion is officially ending. You have been treating your preparation as an unending punishment. You stayed in the waiting room because the magnitude of your calling terrified your mind. But the universe is handing you the key right now. Your spirit has been working overtime fighting unseen battles behind closed doors. You were shielding people who do not even know they were under attack. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, operating in enemy territory. That is why the warfare has been so relentless. The enemy did not attack your physical body. He targeted your mind because he wanted you to sabotage your own blessing. He wanted you to give up before you reached the threshold. But you passed the final test. Your gentleness was never your ceiling. It was always your rock-solid foundation. But let me reframe your reality right now. You have been reading the signs completely backwards. You looked at the empty chairs at your table. You felt a profound sense of failure. You thought your inability to keep those relationships meant you were somehow broken. Here is the truth that heaven wants you to understand today. Your isolation is not a symptom of your flaw. It is the direct result of your anointing. Your closest friends suddenly walked away without an explanation. It was not your fault at all. Coming up later, I will show you the exact blueprint heaven used to clear your room. But right now, you need to understand the danger they were actually carrying. They were not just casual friends. They were not regular co-workers. They were spiritual assignments sent to drain your vital energy. Listen carefully. This part is going to reach deep places inside your soul. You chose to walk away quietly instead of demanding an apology. And when you did that, you activated an ancient law. Archangel Michael himself recognized this exact frequency in you. He commands legions of celestial warriors. They fight with fiery swords and deafening thunder. But he stood completely stunned by your weapon of choice. Your weapon was total and absolute silence. You did not realize the truth about this restraint. Your refusal to argue was actually a spiritual force field. The enemy feeds on chaos. He thrives on your emotional reactions. He wanted you to scream and defend yourself so he could siphon your divine energy. But you simply closed your mouth. You surrendered the battle to God. You starved the darkness. You left the demonic realm utterly confused. For years, the world labeled you as a people pleaser. They told you that you were just too soft for this harsh reality. But heaven calls it something entirely different. Your gentleness is a sign of immense internal power. It takes zero strength to react in anger. It takes a demonstrated warrior of light to absorb that venom and refuse to pass it on. You are a generational cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. Do not let your mind wander right now. The next sentence is crucial. Every major figure in the scriptures had to endure this exact same fiery crucible. Think about Moses in the quiet desert. Think about David hiding in the lonely caves before he ever wore a crown. They were separated from everything familiar. Heaven needed them to hear the voice of the divine. Your current wilderness is not a place of death. It is your preparation. God isolated you to build your inner architecture. He had to make sure your foundation was strong enough. You carry a massive weight of glory. If you received the blessing while surrounded by toxic connections, they would have destroyed it. The false friends would have consumed your harvest. Heaven grew that specific harvest just for you. That is why the divine orchestration had to remove them from your life. You are not the only one feeling this immense heaviness today. There is a massive remnant of chosen ones. They are sitting in the dark right now. They feel completely defeated. They think they have lost the battle. Hit that like button so this exact message can reach another chosen one who feels defeated today. When you interact with this truth, you are throwing a lifeline to a brother or sister in the spirit. You must realize that your calling is incredibly rare. The first calling given to humanity was not to produce. It was not to chase worldly validation. It was to stand as a shamar. You are a watchman called to stand sentinel over something sacred. You are absorbing the energetic shifts of the planet. Your body aches with unexplainable fatigue because your spirit is working across different dimensions. You are a celestial being. Remember those people who walked out of your life recently. Here is the exact blueprint heaven wants you to see. They were counterfeit connections. The enemy placed them there to keep you distracted. They were planted to keep your frequency anchored to the ground so you could never rise. Heaven allowed the betrayal so you would finally let them go. The universe had to make you uncomfortable so you would finally move. Pay close attention to what follows. The darkness relies on your ignorance. As long as you believe you are just an ordinary person, you pose no threat. You adopted a survival identity to protect your soft heart. You became an emotional sponge for everyone else. But you are part of the remnant. You are chosen to shift the atmosphere. Your light irritates their hidden demons. Your mere existence is a form of spiritual warfare. Heaven is drawing a firm boundary line in the sand today. Your season of being a spiritual dumping ground is officially over. The Most High is stripping away every counterfeit relationship from your timeline. He is preparing your environment for a massive acceleration. What you are about to step into requires absolute purity of focus. Get ready. The revelation coming next will change your life forever. Now here is where the spiritual revelation goes much deeper. This is the painful truth no one wants to say out loud. You thought the ultimate test was about your ability to fight back, and you honestly believed you were supposed to defend your honor against all of their vicious lies. But the darkness actually set a very specific trap for you. The enemy tried to disqualify your anointing by hijacking your emotions. He knew he could never stop the divine blessing itself. Remember earlier when I mentioned that unexplainable heavy pressure in your chest? Here is the profound truth heaven wants you to know right now. That sudden pressure was never a medical attack on your physical body. It was the absolute weight of your spiritual mantle descending upon you. You are not under a demonic attack in this current moment. You are experiencing an intense and holy anointing because your total silence during that terrible betrayal was actually the final exam for your spiritual promotion. This is exactly why the heavenly host stood completely speechless. Archangel Michael watched you hold your tongue while your heart was breaking. He saw you absorb the venom without spitting it back out. That level of spiritual maturity is incredibly rare on this earth, and you proved that you can be trusted with immense divine authority over the coming years. You completely refused to let your temporary pain dictate your eternal posture. Those people who hurt you were actually pawns in a much larger game. The enemy used their unresolved trauma to directly target your inner peace because he desperately needed you to step completely out of your divine alignment today. If you had retaliated, you would have lowered your frequency. You would have stepped right into the demonic trap they carefully set. But your absolute stillness shattered his entire strategic blueprint. Listen carefully, because this part is going to reach deep into your soul. The enemy is not afraid of your anger or your physical strength. He is absolutely terrified of your unshakable and profound internal peace. When you maintain your peace in the middle of severe chaos, you create a blinding light that demons simply cannot look at without fleeing in total terror. You literally shift the atmosphere just by standing still in the room. But there was one hidden blocker that almost took you down completely. It was the silent agreement you made with your own self-doubt. The enemy whispered that you were incredibly weak for walking away. He tried to convince you that you were a failure for losing them. And for a brief moment in the dark nights of your isolation, you actually believed his cruel lies and questioned your sacred calling as a chosen one. That false survival identity is burning to the ground right here today. You are not a helpless victim who was simply abandoned in the cold dark. You are a demonstrated warrior of light who passed the hardest test. You broke a generational cycle of toxic conflict and bitter worldly retaliation, and heaven proudly watched you sever that ancient ancestral chain with your bare hands. You completely rewrote the spiritual blueprint of your entire bloodline. This is exactly why your physical vessel is so deeply exhausted today. Your nervous system is currently recalibrating to hold a massive new frequency. You are stepping into a dimension of power that requires serious capacity. The deep fatigue you feel is just the construction noise of your upgrade. Your beautiful soul is expanding to hold the massive blessing that is coming. So do not ever fear this holy and completely necessary physical recalibration process. Take a deep breath and really hear this next profound truth. You have apologized for your intense spiritual power for way too long. You have shrunk yourself to fit into rooms that were never designed for you. You tried to make yourself small so they would feel perfectly comfortable. But you were never meant to be a dim light in their background, because you were specifically created to be a blazing sun in the heavy darkness. They thought their sudden silence and their cruel rejection would finally break you. They thought isolating you would starve your beautiful spirit of necessary affection. What they did not know is that you are a highly resilient seed. When they buried you in the dirt, they actually planted your roots deeper, and now your massive season of harvest is absolutely terrifying the very same demons. They tried to hold you down, but you broke through the soil anyway. Stay with me here, because the most important part is coming next. The difficult season of your hidden preparation is officially and permanently closing. Heaven does not wait for you to feel perfectly ready for the next level. It only waits for you to say yes to the current divine assignment. God is rapidly preparing to unlock massive doors that no human hand can shut, and your accelerated breakthrough is already permanently written into the timeline today. But before this massive breakthrough manifests, there is a physical step you must take. You cannot step into tomorrow carrying the heavy toxic frequency of yesterday. You must deliberately cut the final spiritual cord, tying you to that specific pain. Coming up in just a moment, I am going to give you the exact prayer. It is a powerful prophetic decree that will seal your absolute victory forever, and you must speak it aloud to fully activate your massive and long-awaited reward. You have endured the dark wilderness for a very long time. The painful season of your spiritual waiting is finally over. The heavenly courts have officially issued your divine decree, and the sudden acceleration you are about to experience will completely shock everyone who doubted your sacred calling. God is opening massive doors that no human hand can shut. You are stepping into absolute victory right now. I am speaking a prophetic truth over your life today. Within the next 72 hours, everything is going to change. The divine intervention you prayed for is already in motion. The specific enemies who tried to destroy your reputation will quietly retreat in total defeat because they cannot fight heaven. Your unshakable peace has permanently dismantled their entire demonic strategy. The spiritual atmosphere around you is clear right now. You are a generational cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. Your obedience in the dark has secured their bright future. You absorbed the trauma so your children would never feel it. And because you chose to carry that heavy cross in complete silence, your entire family tree is being blessed today. The curse of poverty and endless struggle is permanently broken. Your beautiful spiritual legacy is perfectly secure forever. You were specifically called to be a shamar in this world. You are a holy watchman, standing guard over something incredibly sacred. You stood at your post when everyone else fell deeply asleep. While the world chased empty validation, you chose to guard the spiritual gates of your home with absolute loyalty. Heaven saw your lonely tears in the middle of the night. You are highly honored in the celestial realm. The Creator is stepping in to fight for you right now. You no longer need to carry the heavy shield for everyone else. You can finally lay your weary weapons down on the ground. God is taking over the battlefield, and His holy victory is absolute and final, because He never loses a war. The divine recompense for your stolen years is arriving very soon. It is time to receive your massive reward. We are about to seal this massive breakthrough together right now. I promised you a specific prophetic instruction at the very beginning. This is the exact moment to activate your beautiful new frequency. You must align your spoken words with the glorious truth that heaven has already declared over your sacred life. Place your right hand over your heart and take a deep breath. Speak these exact words aloud with me today. I am a chosen one appointed by the Most High God. I release the heavy burden of trying to heal everyone around me. I cut every single toxic soul tie that is draining my divine energy. I am no longer available for the demonic drama that the enemy tries to constantly place in my sacred space. I fully accept my beautiful prophetic mantle of absolute peace today. I am a demonstrated warrior of holy light. Your powerful words have just shifted the entire spiritual atmosphere today. Every single assignment launched against your destiny is completely cancelled right now. You are walking into a beautiful season of accelerated fulfillment and supernatural favor that will leave your enemies totally confused. The doors of abundant prosperity are swinging wide open for you right now. This is not a random video appearing on your screen. This is a highly significant covenant moment between you and heaven. If your spirit is burning with total confirmation, you must take action. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all of your notifications, because heaven is not done speaking to you. You absolutely cannot afford to miss the next prophetic instruction. We are building a powerful tribe of warriors. You are stepping into the profound clarity that was written for you. You are reclaiming the divine purpose that the darkness tried to steal. If these words have been a healing balm to your exhausted spirit, I want to invite you to sow a generous seed of faith today. You can use the super thanks button below to easily support this sacred work. Your financial seed helps us reach another chosen soul. You are actively participating in the massive spiritual awakening of this planet. Heaven always multiplies the generous seed that is sown in pure faith. Your giving accelerates the abundant harvest that is already growing in your own life, while simultaneously helping another wounded warrior find their way home. We are completely unstoppable when we stand united in spirit. You must guard this beautiful new frequency with your entire being. Do not let anyone drag you back into their chaotic worldly drama. You will remain perfectly anchored in your profound peace because you finally understand the massive power of your quiet strength. The days of you playing small to comfort their hidden insecurities are over. Walk forward with your head held high today. You are a child of the Most High Creator. Your future is bright and your spiritual armor is fully intact. I am sending you massive waves of divine peace today, and I want you to remember that heaven is always walking beside you. Go out and shine your beautiful light without any fear. I will see you in the next prophetic message soon.